96.7 KCAL rocks. Here we go into a weekend without football. Sometimes it's tough, but that's why we got our guy Pep. What's going on, Pep?
It is tough, man. When do we start talking about like the NFL combine and these college pro days? Yeah, football will be right around the corner too. But it's tough, man. But there are some stuff going on, including if you're a Lakers fan. I know. Listen, times are hard. I get it. The struggle is real. I get all those things. Right now, they do not look like a championship team. They're barely going to sneak into the play-in tournament right now. And here's some more bad news if you're a Lakers fan. I'm not trying to pile on, but LeBron James came out the other day and said that his final year in the NBA, he would like to play alongside with his son, Bronny James, who right now is a junior at Sierra Canyon High School. So if you do the math, you're like, okay, Bronny's a junior. So LeBron, in the year 2024, assuming Bronny gets drafted by an NBA team, that's where LeBron, who would almost be 40 years old, that's where he wants to play. So right now, you're thinking, is that going to be with the Lakers? Is that going to be elsewhere? I don't know if you want a 39, 40-year-old LeBron James on your team anyways, but it sounds like LeBron is already plotting a way to get out of the Lakers. And it's a mess right now. On the court, the Lakers are just not good.
I'm not saying Bronny's not good, but is it a little presumptuous to say he's going to make it to the NBA?
I mean, is this a form of tampering by LeBron,
right,
to somehow get his son into the league? I mean, we saw what, Papa Ball did for all his boys to annoyingly get his kids into the NBA. I mean, is this LeBron maybe going a step too far, trying to assure his kid an NBA step in there?
Taking a play out of the LeVar Ball playbook? Wow. I think it's a little presumptuous to say he's going to make it to the NBA, but I do hear the news of LeBron's like, hey, I want to play with him no matter where he is.
Guys, the way I kind of took it, and I could be off, I follow high school basketball a little bit. So he's pretty good. Bronny James is pretty good, but maybe LeBron in the back of his mind's thinking, you know what? He's not going to make it to the NBA without me. So here's my leverage. Here's my leverage card. I'm going to get my son to the NBA, and here's the carrot I'm going to dangle out in front of every NBA team. If you select my son, maybe it's a second-round pick, so you don't have to waste a first round, whatever. If you draft my son, or maybe even just sign him, I will come play for your team for a year. And you know how many tickets you're going to sell? You know how many jerseys you're going to sell? All those sorts of things. So I think it's maybe his way of making sure his son makes it to the NBA, just in case if he's not good enough.
Have on board with the conspiracy theory here. I like it.
It is very dad to do that, right? Come into the family business, and you will do. A lot of people will make fun of every dad for doing this, but you'll do what you need to do. I mean, look at Chris Collinsworth and his kid Jack. He's on Sunday Night Football. He probably shouldn't be on that, but since he's his son, he's on there.
Right.
I would do the same thing as Chris Collinsworth. I'm not going to lie.
No, I get it. I totally get it. If you're LeBron James, you have all the leverage. The ball is in your court, basically. He runs the NBA right now. So if that's the way he gets Bronny to the league, then that's the way he's going to get Bronny to the league. But some team might get a 40-year-old, who knows, washed up LeBron James. He might be like Tom Brady. Who knows? He might be able to keep playing and playing and playing. But, man, at 40 years old, that's going to be tough.
Selling jerseys, hitting threes in the corner, dude.
Yeah. The other quick basketball note, Bronny James and Sierra Canyon not in the CIS Southern Section Open Division Championship. It is the mighty Centennial Huskies from Corona. They will host the championship game against Harvard Westlake on Friday. Quick plug for our high school basketball right there for the Centennial Huskies, man. In fact, they beat Bronny James and Sierra Canyon last year, but now they Harvard Westlake Friday night for the title.
See, LeBron saw that game and was like, he needs my help.
Nice try, Bronny. Not up against the Huskies.
Never. But I know a lot of people in the IE were hoping that Sierra Canyon would advance, so you could see maybe LeBron James and the whole gang out here in the IE at Centennial High School, but it did not happen for Bronny. So
nope.
We got another year to beat up on him.
Yeah.
Yes, guys. Let's make a left turn to NASCAR for a moment. We do have Auto Club Speedway, the Cup Series, rolling back into town at Fontana, the Wise Power 400, and this is kind of cool as the Rams are still, in the afterglow, right, of that Super Bowl and enjoying that championship. Andrew Whitworth, the big offensive tackle, he will be the Grand Marshal for the NASCAR Cup race come Sunday. So he will say, gentlemen, start your engines. He'll make the lap around the track. So that's kind of cool.
Very cool.
That is a big boy to be up in that booth and in that pace car.
Right? Big boy, Super Bowl champion.
That's
Very
awesome.
cool. Hometown race. I think that's cool. Another benefit of having the Rams here.
Yeah. Yeah, and usually they have like a convertible, but the real I would love to see them squish Andrew Whitworth into one of those, the actual NASCAR, like through the window, like in that harness device.
They'll have him in that big Dodge dually, and then back of the truck where he can stand up,
Right.
wave.
That's what they need. But yeah, NASCAR back in town, a full weekend of NASCAR events, again, culminating with Sunday's Cup Series race, the Wise Power 400 out there at Auto Club Speedway. And guys, the other big news that, we've been talking about for a while, and it looks like there's no end in sight, is the Major League Baseball lockout. And from what we've been hearing is Monday, February 28th is kind of that deadline that if they don't have a new deal for Major League Baseball, that the season will not start on time. So whenever it does start, it will be some sort of an abbreviated season. I know it's 162 games, and that's a lot more than 40 likes to see in a season. So it might be shortened if they can't get a deal done by Monday.
Are they doing this on purpose for those within this whole fiasco who want a shorter season, like say 40?
I mean, yeah, baseball season is about 161 games too long. We need to shorten this thing down.
Maybe they want to do that secretly,
Yeah, you know what? I think there's a lot of things when COVID hit, you were able to experiment a little bit and try some different things, and some things worked and some things didn't. But it was a great excuse to be like, hey, this is why we're going to try something. I think a shorter Major League Baseball season, against popular opinion out there, you could trim it down. And maybe you extend the playoffs by a week or something like that at the end of the season. But I think by the end of 162 regular season games, you know who the better teams are. You know who's going to be a playoffs. Once in a while, you have a team in September get hot and sneak into the postseason. But usually, you already know who the best teams are and who's going to the playoffs.
Yeah, it is very true. Baseball is weird. I actually like the grind of it. Like, you have to make it to the end of it. I get it. It is very long, but I mean, that is the type of sport that it is. I like that you have to make it to the end of that big season.
Well, we're gonna find out if it's gonna be 162, 150, whatever that number might be. But we are on the clock right now to get that done deal for Major League Baseball. But if you're a baseball fan and you're thinking, oh man, we're not gonna have baseball this season, we should have spring training games just right about now. Hey, the minor leagues are not affected by this. So mark your calendars right now, Patrick and 40. April 8th. The minor leagues will open up their season, including the California League. So the Inland Empire 66ers, the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, the Lake Elsinore Storm. They will be playing minor league baseball with or without the big leagues. Their season rolls on.
Very cool, which I think they should do, because a big reason that people don't realize is why all these millionaires are bitching and moaning over money is it's setting back the minor leagues and screwing all this stuff up, screwing all the draft picks up. Kids are missing out on stuff because of these millionaires or whatever. Or, it was COVID. Now it's going to be the contracts. I'm glad that this is moving forward. This is good for all those young kids who are coming up who have nothing yet.
No, I'm not a big baseball guy, but I can get behind the minor league teams because they have all the fun promotion nights. Like, all the fun seems to be in the minor leagues.
Pep, 40 and I are available to throw out that first pitch. I'm just saying.
Hey, I'll take a swing at the bat.
There we go.
You can put me on the plate. Why not?
BP. Let's take some BP.
Let's try to make that happen. We'll do it on some wacky night like California Burrito Night or Kukui Night or something like that.
Yeah,
I can be a burrito.
That's right.
I was made for that.
That's right. We do love those uniforms. Pep, I will be out at NASCAR, so I will be able to report back on Monday the Whitworth starting of the engines and all the good stuff out there. Pep, tell them how to get your stuff.
Can't wait to hear it, Patrick. Check us out, Inland Sports, all over social media. We got the Inland Sports YouTube channel, interviews, highlights right here in the Inland Empire.
Thanks, Pep.